So hello everyone, my name is Becky with Scott Leroy Marketing. Today we are going to be covering what Scott Leroy Marketing can do for you. So if you are here with me live, please drop your questions in the chat, and I'll do my best to get those answered in real time for you. If I'm running low on time, I may save those questions for the end, but I will definitely get around to answering those questions for y'all. So feel free to drop them in the chat as we go through class, and I will make sure I get those questions answered for you. If you are watching this back on replay, you can always reach out to us by email. Our email is support@scottleroymarketing.com. We are always happy to help out. If you need to refer to this training after we get off the Zoom, you can check that out on our YouTube channel. We do recommend the videos tab. I'm going to go ahead and go over to our YouTube channel. I did drop it in the chat. Let me drop it in the chat again. But on our YouTube channel, we do recommend this videos tab right here. The videos tab is going to show you the most recent video first, and things are always changing, both with Keller Williams and the things that we offer here at Scott Leroy Marketing. So we just always want to make sure that you are finding the most recent videos so that you have the most up-to-date information. If you go to the search bar over here, I'm going to search. We do that one. On this one, it did show the most recent one first, but it tends to show ones from like 2 months ago, 5 months ago, whatever, first. So if you are searching, just make sure you are paying close attention to those dates, just because things are always changing, and we do want to make sure that it is up to date for you. So today's class is going to be posted in about 24 hours on our YouTube channel. You can always locate previous class archives, tip videos, and other things there anytime. So today we're covering how we help with onboarding and the different things that you can reach out to us after onboarding to get assistance with. So let's go ahead and jump into that. The first place we are going to start is the Scott Leroy website. It is just scottleroymarketing.com. I did drop that in the chat already. But once we are on this website, you will be required to log in. As you can see, mine is showing log out in the top right corner. That's just because I already entered in a Market Center number. But you will log in using your Market Center number, and that'll allow you to access all of our available resources. We are primarily going to be hanging out under this Agent Resources tab today. The first thing we want to take a look at is the questionnaires. I'm going to go ahead and open one of these questionnaires in a new tab really quickly, just so we can take a look at what it looks like. As you can see, when we open one of those questionnaires, we did revamp them fairly recently, a couple months ago. So when you go to the questionnaire, it gives you an option to go through and pick what best fits you and your specific situation. We used to send it used to be a different questionnaire under each link, so that you could see. Sorry about that. Had someone join and it kept wanting me to take me away from there. But these all used to be different individual questionnaires. Now we've merged them, and it will change depending on how you answer the questions throughout. I am going to go ahead and go through those old types for you, just because that will help you answer those questions a little better and know where you are in each of those categories. So the first one is the new agent questionnaire. New agent questionnaire does not necessarily mean you are a brand new licensed agent. It just means that you are new to Keller Williams. This could be that you are a newly licensed agent, or you could have been a licensed agent for years and you are just now taking the step to join Keller Williams. Either way, you're joining Keller Williams for the first time. The next one is going to be the admin questionnaire. An admin questionnaire is going to be someone that's joining a team or a group of agents. So generally, this would fall under a non-licensed associate. Generally, you'd be doing some type of support for a team, whether that is transaction coordination, marketing, something along those lines. That would be an admin questionnaire. Next, we have a capper questionnaire. So a capper is generally someone coming from another brokerage. You would have already done quite a few deals. You have quite a bit of production under your belt already. This allows us to know that you most likely have transactions going on currently, and your setup needs to be speedy and accurate. We don't want to cause any type of lapse in your business when we're doing your setup. So for that, you would want a capper questionnaire. The next is the expansion. So an expansion questionnaire would be for if you are in more than one Keller Williams office. For example, you could be in a state, in a market center, where you're very close to a state border and you are licensed in both states and you want to be affiliated with two different market centers. You can do that under the expansion. So that just means that you'll be in both. Your license is going to be in both KW offices. There's also expansion teams, and that would fall under the same bucket. And then the next one is going to be the hidden agent setup. So a hidden agent setup is most likely, it's going to be most likely for someone who is already in production with another brokerage. Maybe you're transferring to Keller Williams. You haven't fully made the transition yet. You haven't told the people you want or need to tell yet. But you want to go ahead and get everything set up so that you can transition smoothly. So this just allows us to hide your public profiles. Sometimes we see this when an agent is transferring, still has a few deals to close at their previous brokerage, but they just want to go ahead and get everything set up. Next is going to be market center staff. It's pretty self-explanatory, so that's going to be your market center's leadership team, whether that's your MCA, director of first impressions, anything along those lines. Those would be a market center staff questionnaire. Next is returning. So this could be whether you were this would be if you were a Keller Williams agent and you left, whether that was for a month, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, and you're coming back to Keller Williams. This really just means that the system is already going to recognize you. And so it won't be a new account. So next is a team. This could be an admin. Most likely it's going to be a licensed agent joining the team, whether as a listing agent or a buyer's agent. And next we have a tech refresh. So tech refresh is for any KW agent that's been with any Keller Williams for any length of time. This allows us to go in and audit your KW systems and see if there's maybe some tech that we are providing to new agents that you didn't have when you joined originally. For example, we are now setting up Canva and TidyCal and things like that. So if you joined a few years ago, those weren't services that we offered. So you can do a tech refresh and we will go through all of your systems to make sure everything is set up and you're taking full advantage of everything that we offer. And then finally, a transfer is going to be from one Keller Williams office to another. So if you're moving across the country, moving from one state to another, or even if you've just moved locally and you are just switching KW market centers, you would fall under a transfer agent. So any of those questionnaires are going to bring you to this same page that we were on before, but going through that is just to help you identify where you would fall in any of these questions. If you do have questions about that, please feel free to reach out to us. Again, our email is support@scottleroymarketing.com. We are always happy to help jump in and answer those questions for you. So next, we are going to move over actually to this setup completed email. So once you have filled out your questionnaire, every office is a little bit different with how the agent gets that questionnaire and submits it. Some offices do it for you, others go through it with you, or you might just fill it out on your own. But once that questionnaire is submitted and we have completed our part of your setup, you're going to get an email that looks very similar to the one that I'm looking at right now. We did just redo this a couple weeks ago, so if you joined a month or longer ago, it may look a little different. Pretty much all the same information on there, so don't worry if yours looks a tiny bit different than mine, but it's going to be, we just changed how it looks mainly. So the first thing, it's going to have a subject line of Keller Cloud setup complete. It'll have your name where mine says example, and then it's going to have your market center number here. We are very adamant about making sure we put that market center number in as many places as possible for you. We do use it for pretty much everything, especially here at Scott Leroy Marketing. So you need it to access our website and pretty much any of those requests. But we just want to make sure that you have access to that market center number. So you would see it right there. Right here, it does say the setup type. So for this one, we're going over one that's for joining Keller Williams. Again, these emails are going to look pretty much the same across the board. The setup type may be a little different, but other than that, it'll be pretty much the same. Excuse me. So moving down, it's going to say welcome to Keller Williams. And then it has everything you need to maximize your tools from day one. Scrolling down, it has a video. This video has a lot of the same information that I'm covering today. So feel free to watch that at another time. But yeah, so it's going to cover pretty much the same things I'm going over today. Under notes from your onboarding team, this is super important to pay attention to. If perhaps something in command is down and we are unable to access it, we would put that in the notes so that you would see what was going on here. You may have a simple one that just says, please provide your biography and headshot. You could have no notes, just any of those. Just pay attention to those notes just in case it does have something that maybe wasn't completed fully. So moving down, it'll have your Scott Leroy Marketing website password, which again is going to be your market center number. So you would go to our website, which it does have a link here, scottleroymarketing.com, and you would just enter the market center number, and you would be able to access all of this stuff. Scrolling down, the first one that you are going to see is going to be your Keller Cloud login. So this is what you would use to access KW Command, the Command app, KW Connect, Keller Home Loans. With KW Connect, they did just move this over into Command, so it should be under the same thing. But so this is just going to be how you access pretty much anything that is Keller Williams requiring you to log in. It'll have your username here and your password here. It is important to note that if you are just copying and pasting directly from here, username is not case sensitive. The password is. So if you just typed out the username, all lowercase, all uppercase, it does not matter. The username is going to be not case sensitive. The password is case sensitive. And if you are copying and pasting, for example, if you are double clicking, it will generally have punctuation in there because that is a requirement for the KW command passwords. But if you double click, sometimes it doesn't grab the punctuation, and sometimes it adds a space on the end. A space on the end or at the beginning is going to cause the password to not be recognized in command. So just pay extra attention when you are copying and pasting that password. Just make sure you grab all of the punctuation and you don't grab any extra spaces. So that is just something to keep in mind there. Scrolling down, we have our Google Workspace, and the Google Workspace is going to be your KW email. So this will have your KW email login right here. So email address and password. You can log into that like you would log into any Gmail account, whether that is gmail.com or you're using the Gmail app. The KW emails do function out of Google. So you will have a Google Workspace. You'll have access to Google Docs, Google Sheets, Google Drive, things like that with the KW emails. As a note, just a quick note, you do not have, with the KW emails, they do not have access to anything that requires the Google Wallet. So anything that is paid within Google, sometimes with ads, things like that, you would have to do that through your personal, just because it's not available under the KW emails. We do have some resources here, just the link to access your Gmail, update your verification, and just some email insights that you can It's a video of ours. You can go watch that as well. Moving down, we have our KW Command website. So that is going to be your KW agent site. The KW agent site adds a note along with the consumer app. Neither of them have agent logins. So you access all of that for the back end of that. You access all of that through command. But if you are trying to log in, for example, scottleroymarketing.kw.com, that's our personal KW website. So if you were to go there and try to log in, you would have to log in like any consumer would, because they do not have an agent login specifically. So just keep that in mind, but it will have your website linked here and your app link right here. Command email, it'll have your KW email. This is basically going to be what people see when they reply to any emails through command. So whatever you have that set to, it'll show here. Moving down, you have your KW agent profile. It's going to have a link to the your agent profile on kw.com. So you would be able to click that link and you can go and see what anyone searching for you on KW is able to see. Moving down, you have your Keller Home Loans and your Keller Covered Personal links right here. So those will have links and then a little more information on those as well. And moving down again, we have Twilio. So with Twilio, we do not set that up for you. It is a paid service. However, we find that a lot of agents love to use Twilio. It's fairly cost effective, and it's just great because you can link it to your command and send texts through command. It's not a requirement. It is a purchased subscription. We do not purchase it for you, but we just drop a link here so that you can access that really easily if you do want to set it up. Moving down again, we have DocuSign. Now for this, I do want to note that it is important that you save this email, I would say just about as long for the entire time you're with Keller Williams. When we send out this email, there's a couple different places that have important information that you may want to look back on later on. This is a great example of it for DocuSign. It's what you use to send contracts to your clients for signatures. So it's a super important service. We do have your logins here, and we are required to set up a security question and answer for you. So when we set that up, we copy and paste the question and our answer here so that you always have access to that, which is why we do recommend that you save this email, just so that if you ever have to reset your password, you can just copy and paste the answer from here and you're not left guessing what it could be. It's specific for everyone, so it is not going to be just one simple answer across the board for everyone. It is specific to you. So just make sure you save that email, even if only for that specific purpose. It does have to be entered in exactly in the format it's in, including any punctuation, whether it's dots or dashes or anything like that. Moving down, we have some additional logins. So our additional logins, the first one is going to be Gemini AI. So with the KW emails, they do now provide access to Gemini Advanced. Gemini Advanced is generally a paid service. However, you get free access to it through your KW email. It is Google's version of AI. So it's similar. It's kind of similar to like a ChatGPT or something along those lines. But we have AI prompts. We'll go over those when we get to our marketing website once again. But this can help you streamline some tasks. So we drop your username and password here, as well as a link to go log into that. We also have Instacart. Again, this is one thing that we did change when we changed the layout of our email. We used to set up a link for agents. However, now we set up Instacart. We find that it's a little more editable, a little more personalizable. I don't know if that's a word, but I'm going to call it that. But we set that up for you. So you will have your logins here, your username and your password, as well as that shareable link that you can go ahead and start sharing to others. And then it'll have a link here for you to go ahead and log in. Moving down some more, we have your Zoom logins. So you have a KW email and password that is going to help you do video conferencing, kind of like this one right here, help you log into different things like today's class. The next we have TidyCal. Sure, most of you are probably familiar with Calendly. TidyCal is very similar. It is a scheduling automation platform, so it allows you to set times you're available for clients to book appointments. So they can pick a time that works for them, and it'll pull generally based off of your calendar's availability so that you do not have to go back and forth on what works for everyone. It can just automatically add it to your calendar. So that is a super great resource. I do want to point out that with the Instacart, Zoom, TidyCal, and we'll talk about Canva in a second. All of those are free accounts that we set up for you. So if you do have a paid account on any of those platforms, we would recommend you go ahead and keep using your paid account. We are not paying for a subscription on your behalf. We just go ahead and set up a basic account for you so that you can get started with those right away. Moving down, we have Canva. Canva is a great way for you to create your marketing and things like that. We have some free templates for you, and we'll cover those on the Scotland Roy Marketing website as well. But that's a great resource for you to use that you can edit and create marketing through. We do have some helpful resources here. So we have some royalty-free media sites that you can use and get royalty-free pictures on. We have KW Answers, KW Connect, technology, tech training. We also have next steps. So next steps are going to be some of those ways that we can help you after you have onboarded. So those are going to be a couple different things we can help with. Send us your database up to 5 CSV files and we can import that for you. We have a tutorial on how to announce your move to Keller Williams. You can check out, we have some jumpstart challenges that'll help you get going with it. Some biography tips and tricks, training videos. We also have some helpful contact information to keep on hand, both with Keller Williams, DocuSign, us here, and Twilio. So we just go ahead and drop those in there to make your life a little easier. So that is our setup email. And now we are going to go ahead and navigate back to the Scott Leroy Marketing website. Again, scottleroymarketing.com. I know we've had a couple people join since then, but just go to scottleroymarketing.com, enter your Market Center number, and you can log in. As I was saying earlier, we are going to be primarily hanging out under this Agent Resources tab today. So we already covered questionnaires, and our next is going to be the new KW Agent website. So I'm going to go ahead and open that up. Let's see here. So under the KW Agent websites, it is going to have, it does have our training calendar here. But if we scroll down a bit, it's going to have access to our YouTube playlist right here, which is going to go over all the things that you can change on your website. This first part right here that says before launching your new KW website, we're going to go ahead and skip this section. Those websites are already launched and we are working on removing this, but I'm going to go ahead and skip over this for right this second. If you've been with KW for a couple years, you probably remember when they switched from the old websites to the new ones, and they had some options for launching that. This video right here as well is how to upgrade that website. It should already be updated. They did have all of them go ahead and automatically update, so you should not need to worry about this video either. But we do have some videos on adding testimonials to your website, updating hero images, managing featured listings, and creating an open house sign-in page. So the open house sign-in page is great. It is now linked to every individual open house, every address, so that when you have those pages filled out and those contacts appear on your command timeline, it'll go ahead and show you what open house they were at so that you know what properties they're interested in and things like that. There are also some KWRI provided articles right here, and those go over some individual things, just some quick, easy access for you to go ahead and go look at those. You can also always check out our YouTube channel. We're putting out new tip videos all the time. Those cover updates in command and features to help you stay in the know with just what's going on with Keller Williams. So then our next tab is going to be the live webinars. That brings us into this class or any other class that we have throughout the week. That brings you live to the Zoom class. The next we have is training. If you go down to the training, you can go to the training calendar. Let that load real quick. But the first thing it has is this, to join the live webinar, go to slmwebinar.com. That again is going to bring you directly to our live Zoom class. So it'll just bring you straight to the Zoom. Moving down, it does have a link to slmtraining.com, which has all of our training recordings. You can also, again, just go to our YouTube, and those are on there as well. Scrolling down, we are currently having you vote for upcoming classes, what you would like to see. So if you were to jump on next Friday's class, you can come on here and you can vote on which class you would like to see. Scrolling down, again, you can find our training calendar. So this is going to have all of the individual classes that we have, so you can kind of get an idea of what's coming up, see what classes you would want to join, and go from there. You can add this to your Google Calendar so that you have everything in one place. If you click that, it's just going to bring you straight to your Google Calendar where you can add it. That way, this shows up on your calendar and you can have it all together. If you click on any individual class, it's going to give you the full title as well as the Zoom link. And it'll generally also have a description of that class. Just a short little one-sentence blurb on what the class is about. So then moving down, we have the printable training calendars. So you can see April, you can also see May's classes now. But if you click on any of these, just click your time zone. I'm just going to go ahead and grab the top one. But it will show you each of the classes that we have. So these are broken down by day of the week, and then it has the date to the right of them. So you can see what each class is going to be. So if you want to print this out, put it at your desk, highlight the ones you're interested in, things like that, you can absolutely do that. Oh, I lost where I was. Hold on. Go back over here. Just make sure I cover everything there. So then underneath those printable training calendars, you're just going to get an overview of all of the classes. So those are going to be a little bit longer of a synopsis of what we cover than you see on the calendar. But it will just give you an overview of what each class is. So we're going to go back up the Agent Resources tab, again under Training, and the next one is the Scott Leroy Marketing Challenges. So the Scott Leroy Marketing Challenges, we have 30-day challenges and Jumpstart challenges. So all of these are to help you get started, and they'll give you different tasks to get started with learning on different things. So if you are a self-learner, you kind of like to do your own thing, you can definitely check those out. You can print it out, you can add it directly to your smart plans, and it will give you daily tasks. So I'm going to go ahead and just click on one of them so that you can see what it looks like. So it brings me here, and I'm going to go ahead and open the printable version just so we kind of get a quick glimpse of it. But each day has a different task on it. So have your headshot taken, create your biography. We also have some links with some videos and things like that that'll help you through those different steps. So these are just some great ways for you to get familiar with command and get familiar with maybe some different things that agents are doing, just to give you a running head start to get started with that. So these are some great resources for you to check out. So then the next is going to be the Keller Cloud cheat sheets. These are a great training resource if you are not sure how something works or what to do. You can come on here and check these out. If you're looking for something specific, they are broken down into particular areas like smart plans, opportunities, DocuSign. So these are just going to have some documents that have just a bunch of information on each of these categories. So if you're looking for something in specific, you can click on there and then go search for it. Moving down, we also have digital marketing tips. And if you come here, we are going to have a ton of video resources for you. So there are a ton of different topics. You can skim through those, see if there's anything that appeals to you. We have videos for DocuSign, things like that. We're all about making sure you have all of the resources, trainings available at your fingertips. So you can find all of these on here. So then next we have recorded training classes. A couple of ways you can access this. You can, of course, come right here. You can also go straight to our YouTube channel. These are broken down by category. So if you are looking for advanced courses, command overview, maybe you're looking for DocuSign, these are going to bring you directly to our YouTube channel and the playlist that is specific to each of these categories. So again, with those, definitely make sure you're paying attention to the playlists and the dates of the videos on that playlist. But again, they are broken down by categories. You can also find each of these playlists just directly on our YouTube channel. So there's that. The next is going to be agent support. We are going to spend a good bit of time under this tab. I love this tab. It's probably one of the bigger ones because it covers pretty much everything that we can do to assist you with beyond onboarding. So if we take a look at this, we're going to scroll down. The first section is going to be the top rated. So if you need a new bio, you can open this, submit the form. I'm going to open that in a new tab just so you get an idea of what it looks like. So it has a video on how to fill it out, but you just enter in your information, each of these fields to help us update that for you. And then if you have your bio, you can paste it right in here. And if you need help writing your bio, it's not everybody's cup of tea to write their own bio. A lot of us, if you're anything like me, overthink a lot of things. And so it may be something that you want help writing. You can enter in a few items that you want highlighted in your biography, and we can help write that for you and then get it uploaded. Currently, with biographies and the headshots in Command, there's 3 different places for you to update those, and they don't currently communicate with each other. So if you are not sure where to update that, or you just want some help, that's a great way for us to help out. We are happy, so just fill that out and click send, and we'll get working on that. I'm gonna go back over here. Importing your database. Getting your contacts into Command is pretty important. We help reformat those for you. If you submit those as an Excel or CSV file, we just help reformat those so that they import correctly. Command can be a little finicky with the import files if you don't follow the correct template. So if you want help with that, feel free to do this. Again, it's another form, so you can fill it out, upload your file, and we can help with that. Updating, this is a smart plan that helps you update your contact information for your clients. So if you're missing some pieces of information, you can grab that smart plan, and it kind of helps get some more information from people. So our next category is going to be marketing support. So under marketing support, we have a monthly newsletter. Currently, we create a newsletter every month. You can come and request it through our website. Again, this is going to be another form for you to fill out. Most of the links on this page are forms for you to fill out, just for us to help with different things. You do have to request the newsletter every month individually. It is not uploaded. It's not ongoing, just because we do create a new one each month that is specific to the individual month and what's going on. So if you come here and fill that out, you can request that we add that smart plan to your command. We can go ahead and set it up to send to all of your contacts. You can have it sent to different tagged contacts. Or if you just want us to add the smart plan, you can fill that out. There's a field on that for you to choose what you would like. But yeah, once you fill that out, and it will come over to us and we can get that set up for you. Free templates. We are going to come back to this in a little bit. It's in a couple of different places on our website. So we're just going to circle back to this at the end, and I'll show you all the places that you can find it. Next, if you need API Nation setup, importing top producers, a smart plan setup, or a Spring Clean smart plan. With the smart plan setup, I'm going to open that up in a new tab just so you can take a look at it. So again, all of those point to forms where you can collect all of the necessary information. But the smart plan setups will allow you to get all of the KWRI provided smart plans added to your command. So again, you'll fill it out with your information, and then you'll select what smart plan you would like added. So you can select any of them individually. You can also select all 10 to have those go ahead and be added to your command. So then we're going to go back over here. Moving down, we have getting started. So if you have completed your questionnaire, you've gotten your setup, most likely a lot of this is already done for you. For example, your command setup, your DocuSign setup, things like that's probably already been completed. However, if you need help with exporting your contacts, importing your database, things along those lines, I do want to point out with the KWLS open house, we are working on removing this link from our website just because the process has changed for this. So instead of having to enter in your open house into KWLS, once you have it updated in the MLS with an open house, it should populate over automatically. And now you would want to fill out that form we talked about helping get your open house sign-in sheet set up instead of the KWLS open house. So you can skip over this button for now. We are, just because it's changed within command, we are not doing that part anymore. But if you want to export your contacts, import your database, update your headshot, reset your password, if you have a link you want a QR code created for, another spot we can help update your biography. If you fill out that, it's the same form. You can just select it here, MailChimp setup or .loop setup. Moving down, we have looking to rebrand. So looking to rebrand, first one is going to be for leaving a team. Most likely, if you are leaving a team, your profiles need to be updated to remove that old branding and that information. So this just allows us to go in and make sure all of that information is removed, so that your website is not still showing a team or things like that. If you need help updating your Market Center DBA logo, if you joined a team or you switched teams, you can fill this out and we can help with that as well. If you have social media links you want updated, and your email set up, updating your website address, phone number, office address, there's some simpler things in here as well, but pretty much anything that you need help with on rebranding is going to be under one of these forms here when it comes to command, your KW website, and things like that. If you want your KW email forwarded, you can fill out that and we can help. The KW calendar via Gmail. So for that one, every market center has every market center currently has a calendar through the KW intranet. Not every market center utilizes that. However, if your market center does utilize the intranet calendar, you can fill out this form right here, and we can help connect that to your Gmail calendar, kind of like we were talking about with adding our SLM training calendar to yours. This will help so that you have everything in one place, and then you can access those things on the go from your mobile device or wherever you have that Gmail calendar. So just some great forms that you can fill out that we can help with. Moving down, we have website support. Websites are pretty notoriously tricky. Not everyone is comfortable with them. If you're looking to make enhancements to your website, you're not sure how to do it yourself, you can come here and we do have some things that we are happy to go in and do for you. Otherwise, we are happy to provide some resources on how you can. But here we have some things that we can do for you. So additional pages. So if you want to add testimonials, domain forwarding, things like that. If you want an app download page, we can help get that set up for you. What's your home worth, featured listings. There's some different blogs on here. We have our monthly blog, which is kind of similar to our monthly newsletter, but we will add that to your blog for you if you would like. Keller Mortgage, a local school search, and mortgage calculator. Those are some pretty popular ones in here. Listing landing pages. Again, a link for those open house sign-in sheets. Preferred vendors, testimonials. If you are in an area that has NEO new construction, not every area has NEO new construction. It's a fairly new thing, but if you do have that, if you have a subscription, we can get that, we can help set that up with your website, but you do have to have that subscription first, so just keep that in mind. Moving down, we have build your business. We have your Canva account set up, Zoom account set up, TidyCal account, and your digital business card. So with Canva, with all of these, if you did just get your setup done with us, we likely already went and set that up for you, but maybe you didn't. You can fill these out and we can help get that set up for you. With the Canva, Zoom, and TidyCal, these are all going to point to the same form. I'm going to select that just so we can go in and look at this. But you can choose to have all of these set up at the same time, or maybe Canva isn't as important to you, but you want your TidyCal and Zoom set up. You can fill out this form, choose which ones you want to have set up, and we can help set that up for you. The other one, I'll wait for this to load. So the digital business card is a little different just because it does require a little more information. Again, we just switched over to Instacart. So when you fill this out, we can create that Instacart account for you. But it's just going to have you fill out some more information than the other forms are, which is why it's a separate form. Moving down, compliance updates. If you are in a state that has very specific compliance requirements, most likely we know that when we are doing your setup. However, if you need something updated, you can fill out these forms, whichever is applicable to you. But you can fill out one of those forms, and we can help get that updated for you. We do have a section for leadership support. That's going to be for your market center leadership. We are not going to cover that today, just with timing, and generally that is not usually what most of y'all would be needing. But if you are with your market center leadership and you need help, if you're looking for some resources, there are some here. We also have a tab for you at the very top, right next to the agent resources tab. with leadership support, and we have a bunch of things that we can help with through here. If you do have questions, again, please always feel free to reach out to us, support@scottleroymarketing.com. So we're going to go back up to our agent resources tab. And the next is going to be marketing support. So the first thing we have is agent concierge. So the agent concierge is what we were seeing with those free templates that link earlier. This is going to be free do it for you marketing. So you fill out this form and our team will create the marketing collateral for you. Another spot you can see this is if you go to real estate marketing and agent concierge here, it is going to bring you to the same page. I'm going to quickly walk you through this form. If you scroll down below, you can get a glimpse of our most popular different designs that we have in here. So that may give you a better idea of what you like. Once we get in here, the icons are a little small. So you can scroll through those. You can look at the most popular social posts, flyers, postcards. Do that. It's going to show you the more popular ones. But I'm going to go ahead and walk you through this. So it's going to ask, is this your first time? So if you've already submitted one before, or this is your first time, either way, I'm going to go ahead and say, yes, this is my first time, just for the sake of the class. You'll enter your market center number. It will ask, are you submitting this form for yourself or on behalf of someone else? So you may be asking, why would I be filling this out for someone else? That's a great question. Say you are an admin on a team and you are filling it out for someone on your team, you would say someone else. If someone else is hosting an open house for you and you're creating that marketing for them, you would select that as well. I'm going to go ahead and say for myself. We're going to enter our name. Would help if I could spell. And we'll say next. It's going to ask, do you want to choose from our most popular designs or from all available? I'm just going to say all available so that you can see what it looks like. Choose from all available designs. It'll let you choose if you're looking for a social post, postcard, flyer. I'm going to say all of the above so you can see those as well. So then it is going to show you these icons. So these are going to show you all the templates for the social posts. You can scroll through these and pick them. This is kind of what I was talking about earlier when I was showing you these most popular ones down at the bottom. These icons are tiny and unfortunately you can't really expand them at this time. But if you go, so we can squint and look through this. Sorry, I did not mean to do that. We can scroll through these. I'm just going to grab that one. We'll say next, and then it's going to have flyers. It's going to be the same process. Just scroll through, see one that looks good to us. We'll go with that one. That one looks cool. And then it's the same thing with postcards. For most of these, you can see the front and the back on there. I'm going to scroll down. Let me go with that one. So the next is going to ask for the property address. So I'm going to go ahead and just grab, let's just go with. Grab this from the bottom. It'll ask you the listing status. So for any of these except open house, it's just going to move you directly to the asking for your contact information. With the open house, I'm going to go ahead and hit next so you can see. It's going to ask for the date and time of the open house. So let's see here. The Saturday is May 3rd. So we will say from, we'll say 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. And then we'll say next. You'll enter your business email address. And then phone number. I'm just going to grab that from the bottom as well. If you have a headshot you want added, you can enter that here. Same with a logo. And then if you have comments, you can put those in here. If you have any state requirements that are required for your compliance and stuff like that, you can enter those in. But you can enter any comments here. Then when you click review and submit, it's going to have you, it's going to allow you to review all of your answers. And there's an edit button next to each one. So it will bring you back to that page directly. So you do not have to cancel this out and to go through it all over again. You can go back and individually select them. When we scroll down, we can see these are a little bit bigger, kind of gives us a better idea of what we're looking at. So if we decided we want to change that, we can click edit, same with any of these, and then we would hit submit. I'm not going to submit it. I do not want our team creating this right now. But that is how you would fill it out. As a note, I do want to point out that for all of all support requests, we do ask that you allow up to 2 business days. We always strive to get it done in less than 2 business days, but please allow for 2 business days from when we have all of the information that we need. So when you fill out this form, it should have all of the information we need. But if you are filling this out, say you have an open house on Saturday, and you're filling this out on Friday at 5 p.m., it's most likely not going to be done in time. So we just request that you do allow enough time for our team to create this for you. We, again, try to get it done as quickly as possible, but we do ask for 2 business days. And lastly, under marketing support, well, I guess not lastly, we have those Gemini advanced prompts we saw in our welcome email. So when we scroll down, there's a couple hundred prompts in here that you can ask. You can ask your Gemini Advanced, you can ask ChatGPT, really any AI that you use, you can ask these questions too. But these are just some great prompts you can use. So if you scroll down, we have our top 10 here. But scrolling down, we have some for buyers, sellers, pricing and market analysis, marketing and advertising, negotiation. We have a bunch of things that you can ask your AI, and it can help you with different tips. If you're looking for tips to give to buyers to help, things like that, lead gen prompts, open house prompts. So there's a ton of different prompts in here that you can use to make sure you're taking full advantage of AI and utilizing and leveraging the tools that you have. We are all for helping you. This video right here is going to walk you through how to access your Gemini Advanced. So that is another helpful video. Back under marketing support, we have the monthly blog and the monthly newsletter. Again, we covered those back on our agent support tab. But those are just going to bring you to those forms that you can fill out and we can get those added for you. And then last but not least, we have templates. So this is going to bring us over to free Canva templates that we offer. We did have a link for this in the bottom of our setup email as well, where you can go and add these. But if we're looking on here, we have some listing social posts, so we can select that, select the status, and then it's just going to allow us to scroll through, see what we like best in here. If you click use template for new design, it's going to bring you directly to Canva and let it load. And it's going to show you all of the same templates on here. So you'll just scroll down and find the one that you liked, and then you can edit all of these fields, adjust it however you would like. I'm going to go back. One more time. We also have email signature templates for you. So if you click on that, you can scroll through and find one you like for those email signatures. So we'll just say that one, use template. Again, we're going to scroll down and find that again, because it will give us access to all of them. I don't know where it is. There it is. Okay. But you can come in and you can edit all of these fields. With this, we do always recommend reaching out to your market center leadership to make sure you are staying fully compliant with your marketing and your signatures. We are not always certain of what each thing is for each market center. So your market center leadership or staff are going to be the best people to tell you what your local state guidelines are. So if you need that, feel free to come check out these signatures. I'm going to go back over to our page. But yeah, that is all I have for today. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording. I'm going to give it a couple minutes for questions. If you are not sticking around for questions, thank you for joining me today. I hope this was helpful for you. And I hope you have a fantastic rest of your week.